Following protests for the 2016 presidential inauguration, officials seized phones of some of the protesters and are now trying to crack those phones in order to charge them of conspiracy to riot. Let's break down what's happening. Prosecutors have indicted over 200 people on felony riot charges for protests in Washington, D.C. on January 20th that broke windows and damaged vehicles. Some defendants face up to 75 years in prison despite little evidence against them, but a new court filing reveals that investigators have been able to crack into at least 8 defendants' locked cell phones. How did they get their cell phones? How were these people rounded up? This is what happened. DC police officers channeled hundreds of people into a narrow blockaded corner where they carried out mass arrests of everyone in the area. Some of those people, including a journalist and 2 allegedly peaceful protesters, are now suing for wrongful arrest. Now, while they were doing that, they seized more than 100 cell phones from defendants and other unindicted arrestees. And as of now, for a while we didn't know what was going on with these cell phones, but we do have court documents that now show that investigators were successful in opening some of the locked phones. 8 seized phones, 6 of which were encrypted and 2 were not encrypted. What does that mean? Prosecutors moved to use a wealth of information from the phones as evidence, including the phone's call detail records, SMS or MMS messages, contact logs, email logs, chats, or other messaging applications, website search history and website history and images or videos, so long as the data related to January 20th, the protest or other people suspected to have been involved in the protest. But that is so vague. I don't know how you sort of discern that. I want to get a response from you guys, because Anna, we were talking about this story before we went to tape, and you really had a focal point on what you think the core problem with the story is.
Well, core problem number one, I think there's a few core problems, but problem number one is that these were mass arrests. And while I concede that there were people who were rioting and were breaking windows and should be punished as a result of that, there were individuals who were simply covering what was going on. Journalists were there. Journalists were doing what journalists are supposed to do, reporting on these protests and what was occurring. And so at least one of these journalists is now suing for wrongful arrest, something that you mentioned. And so if you're doing these mass arrests and you're indiscriminately arresting everyone that just happens to be in the area, well then we already have a little bit of a problem, right? But then they take away their phones, they keep the phones, and then proceed to go through the data on those phones, the browsing history, the pictures, the text messages, all that stuff. And I see that as problematic, especially if someone was innocent and wasn't there trying to cause any problems. If you're looking through someone's phone and you don't have the context of what you're looking at, you can make a big deal out of something that's not a big deal at all. So for instance, if I'm reading news on my phone and I'm reading some articles that are anti-Trump, is that going to be used against me if I'm being prosecuted? If I've been wrongfully arrested for covering those protests and then they're prosecuting me for being a rioter, right? Could they use that against me?
Right, and as of now, what the Daily Beast is reporting is that it's unclear what they're looking for in these phones. So the exact contents of the 2 unencrypted phones that they are able to search, or whether prosecutors will attempt to introduce evidence from other cracked phones, is unclear. But Mark Goldstone, a lawyer representing 6 of the accused, said the footage is less than damning. He says, quote, "Here's your client at the beginning of the march wearing black clothes and goggles. Your client could have left but did not. And here's your client at the end in the police kettle." It's just, you don't really know what they're looking for. They haven't really released what exactly what would be incriminating. What is the evidence that they're looking for?
I feel like anything could be incriminating.
That's what I'm kind of nervous about. That's what the unsettling feeling that I'm getting from this story is, that you could kind of look through anyone's phone searcher. So my fascination with true crime and murder and be like, well, super murderer. It feels like such a breach of privacy.
Yeah, so there's a number of issues here. You guys already talked about the penning everybody together based on where they were in the protest.
Right.
Secondarily, look, if somebody's doing property crimes and they're breaking a window, yeah, you arrest them for that, of course, right? Facing 75 years in prison.
That seems a little crazy.
Okay, now they very likely won't get 75 years in prison, okay? But still, those charges are way, way overcharging. And so then second of all, okay, now you're putting in a riot charge in there. No, dude, if the guy broke a window, arrest him, no question about it. They broke another law, arrest them. But now you're charging everybody in the neighborhood, in that vicinity, with riot. What does that mean? And now you're adding like these enormous sentences on top because you were rioting No, if there's a specific crime, arrest the person for that crime, okay? Because then you could call protesting a riot. Right?
Yeah, conspiracy to riot sounds a lot like guilty by association.
Right, yeah. Or yes, exactly. And then, the thing about looking through their phones and trying to find like incriminating evidence. I mean, this is the reason why you don't look through your significant other's phone, right? Because you will find something that is probably not a big deal, but you're gonna end up making a big deal about it, right? And so I feel I'm a little worried that they're gonna find stuff that isn't actual evidence that they were, guilty of conspiracy to riot, and they're gonna use it against these people.
Definitely. So when they say, oh no, we're only looking at stuff related to January 20th. Sure. You didn't go through their whole phones. They're like, wait, that doesn't look like it's exactly related to January 20th. Let's put aside the naked pictures of their girlfriends. No, they're all looking at them. Once they break into your phone, they're gonna look at everything in your phone. It's a gross violation of privacy. Now, if they had you committing a violent act, well then looking at your phone for evidence is way more justifiable. They can get a warrant, etc., right? But if they just grabbed you because you were in a neighborhood and then they break into your phone, that's a terrible violation of your privacy. And so I don't want the government doing that to any of us. I don't want them doing it to right wingers, left wingers, or anybody. You should be allowed to protest. It's your most American right there is.
Right.
So finally, look, if you're gonna convict people of very serious charges, you have to have a lot better evidence than the dude was wearing black in the beginning, he was wearing black at the end. That doesn't prove anything. Now look, as a reasonable person, I look at that and go, that guy's probably black bloc, right? Whatever they're calling themselves, they came out and they wanted to cause some, a ruckus, and some of them had the intent to do property destruction, okay? But that doesn't mean that guy is guilty of those crimes if you don't have evidence on him.
That's right.
Like saying that, like somebody in the crowd of 200, they arrested 200 people. Somebody in the crowd of 200 or 2 or 3 people, I don't know how many people, that committed acts of violence or property destruction in the crowd of 200. And all 200, and then this is not even true, but some portion of the 200 were wearing black in the beginning and they were wearing black at the end.
Yeah.
That is the worst case in American history. Of course they're free to go. That's not proving your case.
All right, final thought.
I just want to make one quick thought or one quick point about what I think is really going on with this case. This is a form of intimidation because it sends a really strong message to anyone who wants to protest, who wants to speak truth to power, that if anyone happens to do anything even remotely illegal or violent in the middle of that protest, you could get rounded up and you could face some pretty serious charges, right? If you follow the news and you come across this story and you hear about what happened to these people, especially reporters who happen to be there covering the event or covering the protest, well then are you really gonna be encouraged to go out there and join a protest against anyone, right?
So these guys who commit that any kind of violence or illegal activity is so counterproductive. It's maddening. Like you couldn't help right wingers and Trump more if you tried. But what it did, Anna's absolutely right. If you're a peaceful protester, the cops are sending a message: don't come out, because if anyone does anything wrong in the protest, we can arrest you too, and then break into your phone and look for stuff. And that's a terrible message to send in a democracy. Help us build independent media together. TYTnetwork.com/join.